What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. So, Devin Haney's being asked about the situation with Teofimo Lopez. This video is short. I want to pretty much let you hear what Devin Haney has to say, and then I'm going to close it out.
For that fight Saturday night, Devin.
I don't know, like, it's something in Lopez. I don't really like. It's just something different in him. This fight, I haven't seen like the same type of like focus type thing, and like I don't know. I think he having like weight issues or something like that. But I don't know. I could be wrong. We gotta see. But I don't know. I just see something different in him. I don't know.
If it's his last fight at lightweight, because the weight issues, like you said, and they will do the fight at 140. Would you be willing to do that at 140, or it's gotta happen?
Yeah, but see, like, all right. So now you see. Y'all see, him and my dad shook on it. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna be the next guy. We next. We're gonna make the fight happen." Everybody saw it. It was all over social media. And then all of a sudden, he's saying that now he want to fight Josh Taylor. He's swearing that he's gonna fight Josh Taylor next. Like, him and his dad make up shit as they go along. They say something in this interview, something in that interview. I know y'all don't believe these lies. Like, I know that y'all listen to them and y'all be like, he's full of shit.
Earlier today.
What about February? When they talk about February, has to be the quick turnaround date.
Yeah, he's fucking nuts. The dude is crazy. He literally makes up lies as he goes, and y'all be all over the place following them, listening to what they say.
If you beat JoJo, will you petition with the WBC?
When I beat JoJo, petition. What you mean petition?
Like petition, like for example, like Eddie Hearn today with Demetrius Andrade and Charlo, he petitioned to make him mandatory for the title shots. Like, yeah, you have a portion of the belt, you can do the same thing.
I mean, I don't got no portion of the belt. I got the motherfucking belt. But we don't want to see Teofimo from Florida.
I'm from New York.
Nah, he ain't from New York.
All right. So, basically, that's the part I wanted to touch on right there. This video is like 5 minutes or something long. No need to listen to the whole thing. Listen, this is what I've been saying to you guys for the longest, okay? When it comes to Teofimo, when it comes to Tank Davis, okay, for some reason, and you guys know, even Ryan Garcia, Teofimo has been saying he's going to fight these guys. Then all of a sudden he'll sit there with that little smug smirk on his face, talking about they got to fight somebody else to prove that they deserve the shot with him. He said Kambosos was better than all of those guys. And the same video, which I had spoken about before, where he shook Bill Haney's hand, and he's telling them, that's the video where he's talking about sign a contract. And they're like, what contract? What contract are you talking about? There's no contract to sign, right? And he promised Devin Haney was going to be next after his fight, the Kambosos fight. Okay, it didn't play out that way. Now, let's fast forward to now, where he's saying they want to come see me, they got to come to 140. Okay, when you had the belts, he was basically, saying that he was the A side and he's the one that called the shots. He got all the belts, and pretty much his followers were saying the same thing. I like Teofimo as a fighter. I like Devin Haney as a fighter. Realistically, Teofimo was acting really arrogant, really cocky, and was just being unrealistic with what he was saying as far as I'm concerned. Because like I always say, for the thrill of the competition, for you to know I'm fighting the best fighters out there, that's how you can be proud of your body of work and understand, you know what, I beat all these top dudes. Sean Porter might not have, look, he didn't beat Errol Spence. Okay, he didn't beat Keith Thurman. He didn't beat Terrence Crawford. He beat Danny Garcia, but the bottom line is he's the only one that fought all of them out that whole circle of guys. So even though he didn't win, he still got respect for the fact that he got in there with all those guys. So now, for Teofimo to say, if these guys want to see me, they got to come to 140. It's like, for what? You have nothing at 140. You have no title. Kambosos have all your belts. You don't even want the rematch with him. And he said the zone screwed him. They robbed him, so there's no rematch. So it sounds like it's not so much of a weight thing to me. I don't know what's going on with these guys, but here's the thing. Wouldn't a responsible grown-up thing be to do this? Would be to do this if this is the case? Listen, I don't want to say that I'm going to commit. I don't want to commit to something that I can't live up to. If I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. 135, I'm outgrowing this division. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't want to say I'm going to fight these guys and then it doesn't materialize, because I'm having a hard time staying at 135. My body is just growing. This is why I'm not quick to say I want to fight these guys. And also understand, when you're holding these belts and you're claiming that you're going to fight these guys, then you're saying these guys are scared. And like Devin just said, they keep changing their story. They say one thing one week, they say something else different. Not just with who they're going to fight, but the reasons as to why the fights are not happening. 1 minute is Devin don't want the fight, it's Tank don't want the fight, then it's the networks don't want the fight. I've been telling you guys this. And I played this video this time because it's a short one. I didn't have to go looking for, searching for it. I knew where, pretty much where I wanted to, what I wanted to hear. But pretty much, look, he is saying, his father said he's going to go up to 140, fight somebody, then they're going to fight Josh Taylor. He's making it sound like it's just, and I got a video about Josh Taylor I'm about to put out, okay, and T.O.'s situation. But at the end of the day, it comes to this. If you really want to make this fight happen, you should have said, even to say, look, man, you know what? We meet up at 140. He couldn't say that holding the titles because it looks stupid. Why are you going to 140 to fight for no titles? Just for a bragging rights fight. No, we want the straps. We want the titles on the line, right? So that's why I say, if he would have won that fight against Kambosos, would he have went to 140? I don't know. His father had been saying that he had him at that weight for too long and all this and that. But at the same time, it's like, listen, that's the division that you were in. Most fighters do that. They fight at weight classes that they're bigger, naturally the bigger, stronger guy. And, when it gets to a point where your body outgrows a weight division, you go up. It's just the extra shit that they talk is what makes it so annoying, because it's like people can't just be honest and say what the truth is. All these little charades that they play, these little game, all these little, it's like playing charades with these people. They just act out shit, and you got to try to figure out what they're trying to say, what they're trying to. Okay, wait, I don't know. 1 minute you're this, 1 minute you're that. What is the situation? In all honesty, Devin Haney has no reason to go to 140 to fight him unless he just wants to. But just to say, okay, I beat him. But that's Devin Haney's choice. But my thing is, you don't even have titles anymore, and you're still trying to call the shots at what they got to do if they want to see you. Look, Tank Davis just won a fight at 140. Does he stay at 140? I don't know. If he does, notice he didn't call Tank's name. He said Josh Taylor. Okay, Josh got all the straps. So you're going to walk in there, just fight somebody as a tune-up, and then, boom, Josh Taylor. Why you didn't call out Tank as well? Yeah, you understand? It's something about this guy when it comes to Devin and it comes to Tank. You go back and look, you see it. He can say what he wants and call their names out and say he'll do this. They don't want to fight. Then all this stuff, but it's like he didn't call out Tank Davis. He called out, he said he wanted to fight Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor is no walk in the park. Josh Taylor is a solid fighter. And, if he feels more comfortable at that weight, I feel like, honestly, if you're more comfortable, you can perform better at that higher weight, you don't even really need a warm-up. But, whatever they choose to do, at the end of the day, say what you mean and mean what you say. Nobody has to come from 135 to 140 just to fight you, and you have nothing other than just a name to offer, when these guys should be fighting each other. And for that 135 division to just disband and everybody's going to different weight classes, honestly, that would be sick, man. That would be sick. In all honesty, it imagine having like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Magic Johnson. You understand what I'm saying? Dr. J, all on the same team, but for some reason, they just don't play together. They all of a sudden just go to a different team. You'd be like, what? They had the squad right there. Why they leave? What? that's what I mean with these guys, man. All that talent at that 135 division, but for some reason it's like, nah, I'm in no rush to make this fight happen. So you heard the words of Devin Haney just now, and this is the type of stuff that I'm saying. I've been saying is, look, stop with all that getting your feelings like I care, because I don't. With all this, oh man, T.O. this, but no. I've been pulling for Teofimo to win fights for the longest. Just like anybody. I don't care who you are. When your words don't match up with your actions, I'm going to speak on it. Plain and simple. And Teofimo, you need to go to 140, win this fight first, then go and fight Josh Taylor if that's what happens. I think you should learn your lesson because you took Kambosos lightly. You thought, and I'm not saying he only lost because he took him lightly. Kambosos was just better than he thought, but that's my point. You took Kambosos lightly. So you might go over there and cherry pick and wind up losing again, and then that Josh Taylor fight never happens. So whatever goes down, we need to, for one, just have things solidified. Not all this talking. And his father, Lopez Sr., like, man, the less I see him on videos, the easier it is to watch these videos. Because he just says things. I mean, they both are delusional, but his father just gets to a point where he's just saying all these things that just make no sense and don't add up. So if we're going to get a Tank Davis versus Teofimo at 140, great. If we get Josh Taylor versus Teofimo at 140, great. Regis Pro, great. Any of them. All these guys. Tank Davis versus Josh Taylor. If we get these fights, beautiful. Beautiful. Because now the 140 division, having Teofimo there, that's another big talent. But these fights need to happen. And whatever happens with 135, is Shakur Stevenson going to go up, to 135 like everybody's crossing their fingers hoping? We don't know. We know what he want at 130. We know he want to unify. We know what he want already. So at the end of the day, boxing need less talk, more action. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.